All right, good morning, boys and girls. Let's review before your quiz today. All right, we've been learning about using text features in nonfiction text. So our text that teaches us information, our factual text. And our essential question, how do I use text features to locate information in a text efficiently? So we want to use the features that are in nonfiction text to help us best gain knowledge. All right, they're there for a reason so that we don't always have to read everything word for word. Sometimes we can use those text features to help us quickly pull that information out that we need. All right, so the text features we've been focusing on are captions, bold print, and subheadings. And then we've reviewed some that you learned in first grade. All right, our standard says to know and use those text features to locate key facts or information in a text efficiently. That means the best way. All right, so you learned last year about a table of contents. Where do we find a table of contents? At the beginning of the book. It's usually right after the title page. All right. The book may have chapters or or pages with headings. All right, and you will either have the chapter name or the heading name here in the order they come in the book, and it will tell you what page you will find each heading. So sometimes that will help you quickly find the information you're looking for, and you can look on that page as opposed to reading the whole entire book. All right, another thing is different types of print to help us locate key words or important words. So sometimes the author wants you to pay attention to those important words. They may use bold or darker colored print. They may use italics. That's the slanted print. Sometimes they use different colors or even highlight them to make us pay attention to them. All right, these keywords that are bolded or in italics or colored print can usually be found in the index and in the glossary to help us better locate information about that topic. All right, now we learned about headings. Usually headings are at the top. All right, headings are what the whole section is all about. It's the main idea. All right, when we start to talk or change topic a little bit, make it a little more specific, we may have a subheading. That means below the heading. All right, and it would be a label below it that's going to be more specific. Okay, so headings will be at the top. It'll be the main idea of the whole passage, and the subheadings will be smaller, and those paragraphs are focusing on an even more specific part of the topic. So here's another example. Here's the heading at the top. It says Today and Beyond. All right, and it's talking about what's happening today and what's going to happen later on. And then here's a new subheading. All right, it's going to break down what's going to happen today and beyond even a little more further. So a little more in depth. That's your subheading. All right, we have photographs and illustrations. You can have both. In nonfiction, you usually have photographs. Photographs are taken with a what, guys? Yes, with a camera. They use a camera to take the photographs. All right, how do we get illustrations? All right, illustrators, people who are illustrators will draw, paint, color the drawings. So this is taken by a camera. This is drawn. Someone has to do the art here. All right, captions. Captions will be found near a picture or an illustration, and it's going to give you more information about the picture to help you better understand it, give you more facts usually. All right, it can be below it like in this picture. It can be above it or beside it, but it will be somewhere near it to help you better understand what's going on in the photograph or illustration. All right, so let's check your work from yesterday on Nearpod. All right, yesterday we read Homes Around the World. We labeled our heading. We had 3 subheadings for homes around the world. A home people can take apart. We found out that was a hut. A home that floats on water. Houseboats. And how all homes are alike. We even talked about that. All right, they used a photograph and had a caption with it. All right, and we had bold print in here. And we could figure out the meaning of every one of these words based on our context clues. We could use those to help us in there. All right, now we had some questions to answer. All right, number 1. Why is the word huts in bold print? Was it A, to help you know what huts look like? B, to show you that it is an important word in the passage? C, to tell about the topic of the text that comes after it? Or D, to help you find information about apartments? What is the purpose of bold print? To let you know that it is an important word. So which one of those choices tells us that? B, to show that it is an important word in the passage. That's the whole point in it being highlighted. It's showing us it's important. Pay attention to it. Number 2, which text features helps you find information about homes that can travel on rivers? A, the bold print word homes. B, the bold print word huts. C, the subheading a home people can take apart. Or D, the subheading a home that floats on water. Which text feature helps you find information about homes that can travel on rivers? All right, so which one is that, guys? Can travel on rivers and lakes. Right here it tells about it. So which one is it? All right, is it the bold print houseboats? No, what is it? A home that floats on water. That's going to give you the clue to your answer. All right, homes doesn't give me a clue about a river. Do you think of the river when you think of home? Not really. What about the word huts? Does it make you think about the river? No. All right, what about a home people can take apart? No, doesn't make me think about the river. What about a home that floats on water? Does that make you think about the river? Yes, because the river is made of what, guys? Water. So it's D. It's D. And number 3, we talked about in class. Number 4, how do subheadings help make the facts in the article easier to find? All right, and you are supposed to write your answer on the next page. All right, so was it easier to find the facts you needed? It should be. All right, what type of home is a home that you can take apart, guys, based on what we read? A hut. And it tells about taking a hut apart, putting it together and taking it apart. So when you hear the subheading, a home that people can take apart, you automatically say, oh, I remember, that's a hut. All right, you have a home that floats on water. We have the photograph of the houseboat, and we can automatically think about it. Hey, that's a house on the river. That's a house on the lake. All right, and then how all homes are alike. And we can think about that no matter what. We can think about how they're alike and start forming ideas in our heads. So do these subheadings start making you think? Yes, because they are very specific to the topic. They help you start thinking very closely to the topic that you're on. Okay, now if you have listened, we have went over every single thing you should need to be prepared for your quiz. Just in case you're having trouble identifying any of your text features again, I have attached a link for boom cards to practice one more time. So if you would like to practice the boom cards, you may. And submit that lesson, and then whenever you're ready, your quiz will be in a separate lesson, separate assignment that says after the lesson. So after you've completed the lesson and you feel like you're prepared, you may go on ahead and take your text feature quiz. Do your best job today, and starting on Monday we will learn about some more text features. All right, take your time, read the questions carefully, and do your very best.